and there's 2 other sauces you can take. If you don't want to give me a liner, it's fine. I can put a lapel on you and whatever. But he was just like, oh yeah, don't let anyone put anything on your mic now. Don't let anyone do this. And you're just like, man, fuck, celebrants are already iffy on the other 2 fucking sauces. Just making everyone's life hard. And also, from the standpoint of a vendor, right? If you're a celebrant and I know I can't plug something in or attach something to you or do any of that, I'm not going to recommend you. Why would you? If I'm going to turn up and my life's going to be fucking hard, you just don't want to work with that person again.
Well, it seems like we're really... Are we already going?
Ask him about food. Ask him about not getting fed at a wedding.
So we're already away. Welcome to another episode of the 2 Montys.
Monty's got shit going on.
Here?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the part. Don't worry.
So I think, I don't know how much of that we can use at the start, Lincoln, but I think we should open
How long was it
some
rolling
of it.
for?
Good. We should certainly open with some. Maybe
Great.
Not identify the original person we spoke about.
I'll say his fucking name.
But everything from there. No, but I was just going to say, talking about, I think the part about food will probably make it. I will say, I just did a gig at the White Barn on Saturday. And so Billy Goat Catering is the in-house.
Great name. Love that.
Yeah. Shout out to Scott. But, mate, it was in the top 3 vendor meals I've ever fucking had in my life. It was fucking so good. And then you ended up with both the meats, both the proteins. Yeah. And there was pork belly and chicken. And the pork belly was so good. I was like, this chicken breast, I don't give a fuck how succulent and juicy and moist it is. I will not even entertain it. Who wants this chicken? I will take all of the fucking pork belly. It was fucking amazing.
I love that.
So good.
I've got a thing in my my questionnaire that just states out no wedding fish repeatedly.
No wedding fish.
Purely because they've already tried to pawn it off onto 8 other people before it gets to you. You get this cold, disgusting bit of meat.
I got to say, I haven't had fish.
No.
It's
I couldn't tell you when.
You're not around for the reception that often. You're doing MCing a bit. How often do you MC?
1 in 4, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I reckon it's pretty common. Salmon's fucking
common.
Salmon.
Yeah, that's a fish, I guess.
Yeah, they don't... Fuck it, hell. Fuck. Salmon's one of the 3.
Yeah,
it's do you want an overcooked bit of steak? Do you want salmon or do you want chicken?
Someone at this same wedding I was doing, when I was sitting there with the vendors talking about it, one of them said he'd been at a wedding the week before where the groom had said to the caterers, I don't want just beef.
Yeah.
So there was 2 beef options. It was a
beef
steak
or beef.
It was steak or beef cheeks.
Yeah.
There was no chicken or fish. It was
beef or beef.
Beef or beef.
I love that.
And then subsequently all the meals were late
beef or
because
cow. Beef or cow.
They spent so long cooking the beef or reheating it as they do.
Yeah.
That it was late coming out.
Yeah, right. Can't make this all food talk because literally I did another podcast with Howie and it was all food talk for 40 minutes and I can't do that again. I get on tangents about it.
Hang on, what do you mean? What other podcasts?
No, it's all right. There's no other podcast. There's no other podcast.
Has Howie got a podcast?
No.
Whose podcast was it?
It was literally just at Lincoln's old studio, and we were doing a bunch of stuff for socials.
Oh yeah. I saw that. That's how I got Lincoln.
Lincoln, the podcast slut. You don't care who you get
on.
No, but that's how I got Lincoln. Was I saw Howie post one with maybe Lauren L. Was it? Yeah, and I saw that and was like, and when we were talking about doing a podcast, and I go, oh, I just saw a thing. I'll contact that guy.
That's nice.
And I was like, hi, I'm Monty, blah, blah, goes, yeah, we've met 5 times.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, no. And then the next week we're at the Springs and I walked up and shook his hand. He goes, yeah, I'm fucking Lincoln. We were emailing this week. And I go, oh, yeah.
Who are you acting like the podcast was your idea? Like you didn't tell me to shut up and stay in my lane 2 years earlier.
I never said it was my idea.
When I mentioned it.
I did say that.
I love that. That wedding was one of the ones that was in my list, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
You saw that before? The one where I had to ask a bride to be nicer to her husband?
Oh, was that one?
That was that one.
Amazing.
Oh,
so, yeah, we had this wedding and we had Leishon from Woodlands Creative, who's, not Woodlands anymore. Folklane now. Whatever.
I'm
doesn't
shaking
matter.
my head like Lincoln.
Completely irrelevant. Anyway, we got through the whole first half of photo shoot and she had an idea of what she wanted her wedding to be. Like this very sort of perfect thing. And her husband was just a big, playful puppy of a dude. super. You were about to say something. I was
No. I just thought you were like, I was like, oh yeah, he sounds like a great bloke.
You did the reception. You met him quite a bit.
Yeah. Listen, I'm aware. I could tell you her name if you want me to say.
No, I do not. I do not want you to dox people. But yeah, it was just one of these things where she had an idea of what it was, and he had an idea that he was going to have a bunch of fun with his mates.
He was going to fuck around.
Yeah.
And she was like, we're not here to fuck around.
Fuck
We're here to
around
get
and
the
find
photos.
out, mate.
100%. It was that. So she's just there, and when you're doing video, you're kind of getting those like in between moments and the moments after, and all the warmth that sort of come from that. And she was just correcting him, like he was like a puppy. Like literally just going, no. Like she'd finish a thing, do a kiss, and then just straight away like death stares and fixing him up. And I'm like,
hit him on the nose with a roll-up
a little
paper.
bit. Rolls up a newspaper, just fucking whack. But like we got to it and we went back out for sunset, and I talked to Alicia. I'm like, have you got much? And she's like, nah. I'm like, I'm not getting much because everything's just like that photo, then done. Like that photo, switch on, switch off, switch on, switch off, switch on, switch off. And I'm like, I pulled her aside. I'm like,
TikTok and Instagram are to blame.
Yeah. I'm just like, you need to be nicer to him because this guy is just like, we're getting nothing. All these in-between moments, none of it's happening because it's just correction.
Yeah.
I wouldn't beat yourself up, mate. If she can't be nice to him on that day,
It's fucking, it makes my life harder. We
she's
got to
probably
do 30
not
years.
fucking with him now.
Now, speaking of not being nice, in the last...
She was sorry, let me correct before we jump out. She was lovely. She was a lovely
how's this
person.
Monty King motherfucker over here?
I don't want to leave it with me fucking getting like,
She was
this person was
She was a
horrible.
lovely person, but she's also, again, a very lovely person. Got on with the great.
Yeah.
You wouldn't fuck with her.
No, definitely not.
She's a straight shooter.
Yeah.
Very straight
Direct.
shooter. So, last episode, I made what was perceived by the other gentleman to be a racist comment, right? So as soon as we finished the episode, my kids are at home because it's school holidays. I rang one and said, you know those sheets Mum put up in the toilet? I need you to go and take a photo of it immediately and send it to me because I want to read it out. So I'll just hold it up. It exists.
Oh, fuck, she could have taken
No.
a photo without Kate in the toilet, too.
yeah. But so these are all facts about the Philippines. And number 11 is, number 13. No, let's start with 12. President Benigno Aquino III of the Philippines is known as Noy Noy, and two of his sisters...
Doesn't sound anything like what you
Two
said.
of his sisters are known as Pinky and Ballsy. The next point is Christian names in the Philippines include Bing, Bong, Bambi, Bogey, Girly, Peanut, and Bum Bum. I'm fucked fine, eh?
If you Google Philippine names now, top 24, top 25 names in Philippines right now, go fucking do it. 2024 popular names in Philippines. I'm sure it's not.
Somebody fucking say something while I'm doing that.
Bing, bang, bong. They just...
No, I'm just saying that's the facts that I learned on the toilet facts on our wall before we went, and I remembered it. And you people fucking tried to make me out as some sort
It
of...
wasn't at university. It was on the fucking toilet wall.
I've learned many things on toilet walls. Fuck you.
On the back of a fantail. Oh, jeez.
That's where you got my number, wasn't it?
Yeah, correct.
Oh, jeez. Oh, is Lincoln able to sit in for any of this? Or do we just never acknowledge him? He's not a real person?
No, you know, acknowledge him all the time. There's heaps of times I've thought we should mic him up.
Yeah.
Why, do you want him to be?
Oh, he had...
Well, that's up to him, mate. He's a bloke with the microphones. Fucking...
Come hop over here for a second.
He's changed lenses. He's taken a microphone away.
Just come sit in.
Fucking videographers constantly fucking with the process.
Incriminating
You know what?
details.
You know, you and I spoke about the person off camera that you were going to work for, Lincoln. And I said, I've never heard. That's a funny name. I've never heard.
That is who it is.
Yeah. But I was at a wedding just this
You met him?
weekend. No, but the name came up again, and I was like, I've never even heard of that person.
Oh, they know you.
Oh, do they?
Can we give a
For
few
real?
more details? I'm not following.
No, I can't give you any more details because the only other detail I could give you would really identify them. How come they know me?
That podcast.
All right. For real?
You're pretty big.
Is it Dazza from Canada?
yeah, it's Dazza from Canada.
Actually, I was at we had a murder mystery night.
Oh, he's
Last
pulled up his own
night.
mic for it.
Yeah. Well, what's he
Doesn't
going to do?
mess
Shout into the
No, I was
fucking
just
wilderness?
going to
Oh,
literally do that.
No.
Well, that would make more sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah, go on.
Considering that other mic's dog shit.
Yeah.
Back to me. Thank you very much. Murder mystery night last night at Dylan's grandparents.
This is not what I sat down for.
And Nana, she starts dropping a few hints as to, so I've been listening to you and your friend. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then so
this is Dylan's grandma?
Dylan's Nana, avid listener of the podcast.
Oh, good.
And
Hi,
she goes,
Dylan's nan.
A few too many F's for me. I said, Nana, I'm so sorry you had to listen. She said, don't be sorry. I don't have to listen, but I choose to listen to it. I said, correct. That's your fault.
I'm fucking glad you're here, Nan. Anyway, so Lincoln's made the effort to change the lens and sit down.
Hold on, let me just double check.
Oh, fucking hell, mate.
He wants to look good. Fucking wanker.
He wants to make sure he's in focus.
Hitler what?
Oh.
Maybe not the celebrant bit that you gave me before, considering we're sitting with two celebrants.
You know, I won't tank the celebrant.
No, you can take the celebrant.
We'd love to hear that.
Wait, unless it was either of us. I don't give a fuck.
We don't care.
It was, So, Bride was quite high class.
Sorry, can I just stop you just for a moment?
Yep.
Folks, this is Lincoln. I don't think he's ever been on camera
this is
before.
my first appearance.
This will be episode 45, I reckon, by the time this comes
about
out.
that.
First time the people have seen Lincoln. He's a handsome young man.
This is the guy that keeps cutting our episodes
Wahroonga,
short.
not from another country. He's from Wahroonga. Wahroonga.
Yeah.
Look at me. I remember. I know stuff. Anyway, so go.
Quite a upper class bride. Loved fashion, like very vintage.
Definitely not our wedding.
Thrifted a giant veil, $20,000 dress.
Right.
Loved the finer things in life. Groom was. I
that.
rocked up and wearing a VB Legionnaires hat with a matching tracksuit.
That is fucking tremendous.
So we did
Wow.
a bunch of photos of him doing a paint me like one of your French girls lying across a grand piano in a VB tracksuit.
He didn't get married in that.
No. Thankfully, he did not.
This is at prep.
This was just at
Would have
prep.
been amazing.
Fuck. I thought she'd walk down the aisle in a 20 grand dress.
He joked about it,
to
and
mullet me.
his brother with the mullet down to his butt wanted him to. But no, the memorable moment was when we did a champagne spray, and he couldn't get the cork off. Everyone was
So
laughing.
he just fucking golden showered instead.
So started spraying it. Was pretty good, and then he just threw it in the air. Half full bottle of champagne, threw it as hard as he could. A driveway. Concrete driveway.
Incredible.
As hard as he could, 15 meters in the air.
What a legend.
Good hang time, enough that everyone went, what the fuck is going on? Came back down, shattered everywhere, went all over the bridesmaid. Bridesmaid refused to acknowledge him for the rest of the day.
Bridesmaid had a speech.
Bridesmaid who made a speech, maid of honor, made a speech.
Ignored him.
Did she cut him out of the speech? Like, didn't do a,
yeah.
you're the best thing that's ever happened,
Yeah.
but.
Yeah.
So-
it was all lovey-dovey to the bride.
So presumably, I'm going to make a wild leap and say that the bridesmaid was in a similar vein to the bride.
Yes.
So probably not appreciative of VB
Not
man.
appreciative of 15 meter in the air champagne bottle.
Yeah. So she probably didn't like him anyway, really. And this was
So-
just the icing on the cake,
Yeah.
as it were.
Yeah.
Cake is delicious, by the way. Anybody out there?
Wow.
Yeah.
So
That's a good story.
I wonder how that came to me. Do you know the story? Has he got a massive cock?
So hang
or-
on. Well, tell us about his cock first, and then
Yeah.
we'll move on.
Didn't see that.
Right. So there was some inference there that there might have been a celebrant issue.
Oh, I was just a celibate refusing to wear a lapel because it ruined her outfit.
Oh,
What was it? Like a vintage
was
moo-moo?
it skin tight?
No, it was just a big sparkly look at me number.
How would it?
And it wasn't even a lapel. It was one that sits on the inside of your shirt that
This
has a
is what- this is the
magnet that
question I'm
holds it in
asking.
place.
Sparkly look at me.
Yeah.
I've got like 3 names I could throw out, but I'm not going to.
I will. Oh, wow.
Nell Dark Jones, was she one of them? No,
She didn't make it past YE.
No, we're trying to sink Nell. I'm not. I love you, Nell. You
Sparkly
know I do.
outfit, big hair,
I'm back.
makeup. Yeah, that sounds like Nell.
Yeah,
No, you just-
Sparkly dress. That's bound to be Nell.
He called me for a debrief at the end of it. I'm like, this is fucking great. This should be in the
That's a
pod.
good story. No, there's often I've thought, we should have Lincoln just mic'd up, even if it's off to the side.
A little lapel
so
on
we
him.
get the asides. Yeah. That was perfect. I love that.
That's good.
Um,
you going to look at some of my other bits? Or are you
Yeah,
guys
sure.
gonna
I'll
do a
look
bit
at
of
your
a
other bits,
preamble?
mate. What have you got? Hang on, I have to move out of the list of the Filipino facts that I had.
Oh, did you end up looking at the top 2024 names of Filipino people?
I've moved on.
All right.
I'll have a look.
Listen, I just said, I didn't say they were the top names. I just said they were names.
They are names. But yeah, there's names in Australia that don't
Of course.
get used.
Darren.
Yeah, Ladasha.
Ladasha.
Yeah, that was like
Oh. Did you
You're
real?
not-
LA-A.
Is that for
There's
real?
100% people called Ladasha.
Oh, I know there are. I just never met anyone that actually knew one. Was that for real? That's
And an Absidy.
I've
yeah,
got
Absidy, yeah, and the other one's the Navi.
You brought it up.
Nevia.
I've got the list, and it makes your Bing Bing Pong Pong look like bullshit. Because the top most popular names in the
Go on.
Philippines:
No, they're all single names.
Nathaniel,
I read them.
James, Jacob, Gabrielle, and Joshua. You are the racist fuck.
Can I
Bing
tell
Bing
you,
and fucking Ting Tong.
I've got popular names. They are Alon, Cristano, Joshua, Alejandro, Bayani, Reina,
Still
Agustin.
nothing like what you said.
Listen, I read you
Listen.
out the facts off the sheet, and one of them was Bum
You
Bum,
printed
and I'm
your
standing.
facts from the Urban Dictionary,
I
not from
didn't-
the fucking.
Do you want me to read out some other facts?
Kate has stitched you up in epic
This
proportions.
is outrageous. We've got Filipino friends in the wedding industry. I encourage them to contact us and let me know if I'm way out of line. And if I am,
crying.
I will issue a public apology.
Oh, God.
Oh, fuck.
The Philippines are named after King Philip of Spain. Explorer Rui Lopez de Villalobos named the eastern Visayas Filipinas first, and the name was later applied to the entire archipelago. The country's official name is the Republic of the Philippines.
What's that got to do with anything?
Well, it's just more facts. Oi,
They actually sound like facts, not the shit that's printed on
That's
your
the same-
fucking
hey,
bathroom wall.
that's off the same fact sheet, mate. That's what I'm saying. They're
It
all
is a real
facts.
mixed bunch here.
They're all facts. The world's largest pearl was discovered in the Philippines.
I'm crying.
Will's crying.
Oh, so good.
He's so upset about it. You blokes are fucked. You know what you want to do? You want to fucking get out of Australia more, mate. See some
See
Get
some
out-
culture.
get some culture about you. Dirtbags. So now I've got to find your list again now.
It's all right. I can just bring them up because I remember where I left them.
I'm going to offer some to you and you pick the ones you want to talk about.
Sure.
9 o'clock Coke timer,
Yep. We can do that.
breaking a dress, losing a ring, trying to get 30K cash out of the bank and lying about a caravan, or a new medicinal Mary Jane license.
All of them are good. We'll start with the Coke one because that was
Okay.
fun. Lincoln and I had a wedding about a year ago. And this group are like notorious for partying. But the bride had set like a hard limit to everyone. She's like, okay, all the youngins knew that this is sort of like, this is it. No one's able to do anything until 9 o'clock. Them's the rules.
Fair?
Anyway, first dance happened probably about 8:15, whatever. Dance floor's going off. We hit 9, and she's fucking dead. There's no one
Everyone's
there.
gone.
Everyone. There's no one. Like literally everyone
two.
everyone that is at the
Oh, Noah's Ark into the
reception
toilets.
is like 55
2 by
plus. There's no one there. It just became like old people straight away. Link and I went upstairs, documented a little bit more what was going on. So that was it. So that's pretty much the story. There was a 9 o'clock timer, and then
Everybody
it became,
disappeared.
It became
But what
a
happened
a
in
snow party.
What happened at 10 o'clock?
It continued. It continued right on till about 3
But did they
a.m.
get
It was
back on the
fantastic.
dance floor?
Yeah, it continued on. We ended up going to bed because we were fucking tired. But I reckon we made it till about 1 o'clock before we ended up packing up and heading off. It was a big night. Obviously, a lot of people didn't sleep. So
Yeah.
I think it's a good rule, setting a timer before people can go do party
Well,
drugs.
because normally, you do the speeches, and it happened at the wedding I did on the weekend, and this happens, I'm sure you see it all the time. Formalities are done. So, fucking hell. Sorry to everybody listening out there who's just blown a couple of subwoofers in the
Go
back
on,
of their car.
formalities are done.
Yeah, but and as soon as the first dance is done, Nan and Pop, they're coming up, giving them a hug. Oh, your auntie fucking Haduda's got something to do first thing in the morning. She leaves, and then by 9:30, it's just the stayers. So that 9 o'clock is a good time to go.
Set
Control
that rule.
yourself until then.
Especially if you've spent 10 to 15 grand on food that's going to go straight in the fucking bin.
100%.
Yeah, which we've
we've
talked
seen
about
before.
before. Yeah. I did a wedding. I don't want to say too much, but it was out in a place right out the back of Taree.
Whoa. Too many details, mate. Every week you do this shit.
Which is quite removed, right? It's a little town.
Yeah, small.
We know where it is.
In the middle of
fucking
nowhere.
Taree.
It's actually like a major town. It's not Wingham.
Way out the back of Taree.
Oh, Dubbo.
But it's a real like little community, and so it was a surprise wedding where these people had been overseas and they came back, and in the community hall, which is an old sawmill, they had this big party, but it was fancy dress, which was the theme was a midwinter's night's eve. So the people there was a bloke cooking a barbecue who had like goat legs, no shirt and horns.
Fuck yeah.
Snags, right?
Sounds like one of Montys' parties.
It was so good. I was dressed up like a wizard.
Isn't that Mr. Tumnus with the goat
Yeah,
horns?
100%.
I had the big
From Narnia.
Yeah.
I had the big like hood and I had a staff with an owl on it. And so it was a surprise. So we got him up on stage and I had my microphone taped to the owl. So I was talking into the end of the thing. We married him on stage. But
there needs to be photos of this.
Because it's like a real tight community. It's one of these places like in the hinterland out behind Taree where
it's a cult.
Well, no, not a cult, but stuff stuff's grown. There's stuff happening and there's all sort of things going on, right? And so they're like, have a beer. So I'm supposed to drive back to Newey that night. So it's probably an hour back to Taree and then back down the road. Have a beer. And then out the back of the sawmill is like the office. And I go with the couple out to the office. Fucking saying heaps too much, you. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff going on in the office. And they're like, you should just stay, man. You should just stay. And I think we mentioned once or twice before, I don't mind a pretty good time. And my rubber arms got twisted up around my back. And I said, I'm going to have to ring my wife, though, because she knows this area and she knows that the road's dodgy. No, but she knows the road's dodgy.
Also,
and
if I don't turn a rubber arm without her, that's...
Yeah. But I go... But I said, if I don't ring her, like, she's going to think I'm fucking run off the side of the mountain or whatever.
Yeah.
And when there's no phone reception, so I had to drive back to somebody's house and use their landline. And I was like... Please don't answer the phone. Please don't answer the phone. Please don't answer the phone. Hi, you've reached Kate. If you'd like, yes! Yeah, Bob, probably what you expected. I'm probably not going to make it home tonight. I'll see you first thing in the morning. Bye for now. Back to the thing. Great time. Stayed at somebody's Airbnb that was unattended for the night. They're like, you could just stay at our place. I'm like, great. Then had to get up early after not a lot of sleep.
And do the drive of shame.
I drive of shame, but I drove to Taree where the
Just
service
as
center is.
Gandalf.
No, I only had the cloak. So I ditched the cloak, but I drove to the Taree service centre at like 8 o'clock in the morning. I've ordered like this foot-long sub, and I reckon it took me an hour to eat it. I can have one mouthful and just sit there going, I don't reckon I can eat this, hey. Come on, mate, you got to eat it. You got to eat it and get her and just work my way through it. But then had to back up to a wedding for friends. Then I did the wedding fine, and then we were at the reception. I'm just at the table at the reception like, it's good. It's a good time.
It was a mental game. You thought if I had a rubber fist in me last night, I could have 12 inches down me this morning.
What did you have?
So look, 9 o'clock thing, it's a great plan.
Yeah. What did you have?
What?
If you don't mind me asking.
Mate, I think I had a sausage sandwich.
Yeah.
I think they had Stone and Wood on tap. That's about that.
Your kids watch your stuff.
I'm a good Christian boy.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I got...
Same, that's how I got the holes in these fucking jeans.
Praying on your knees. Oh, Jesus.
He's worn his kneecaps down to a nub.
Fucking hell.
He's like a baby. You know, babies are born with no kneecaps. It's Haron. He's got none either.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no kneecaps, mate.
Where do they come from?
They grow them.
Oh.
The human body's an amazing thing.
Yeah, but what are they doing for 9 months?
Well, they're not crawling. Well, they're not crawling, so they don't need kneecaps.
Yeah, they're also not walking. They shouldn't need hips.
I don't know, man. It's the same as their head. Their skull's in about 4 pieces.
Have you seen like the X-rays of like a baby dog where nothing's connected? They're just fucking jelly with bones.
No,
it's fucking weird as fuck.
I don't know under what circumstances I would have seen X-rays of a baby dog.
Everyone says you don't walk a puppy until they're like X amount of years, like X amount of months old, because nothing's joined.
I didn't know that.
I don't know. Got into season line.
Human babies are the same though, because
I'm sure
there's bones are soft and a lot of the joints are still loosey goosey.
Nothing would be connected. Nothing would join up.
I was going to say something
this
else
is
about
off brand
babies.
for this podcast. Let's switch this around.
No, what I was going to say about when you said, I thought you were going to say, have you ever seen a baby's skull x-rayed because it's one of the most horrific. I encourage anybody out there to go and Google it right now because all of your teeth are there. So a baby's x-ray is like all their baby teeth and then this other row of teeth like in the cheek waiting to come down. It's fucking horrific. It's one of the most horrific things you've ever seen in your life.
God.
It's so weird. Anyway.
Hectic. Back on the drugs. No.
Oh, yeah.
No, I got a medicinal license recently, which has been good for me, I suppose.
I mean, what was the issue that allowed you to gain that license?
Well, the issue before,
have I asked too much?
How much? No.
That he didn't have the license. But
I don't know how much you can blur out before this becomes a problem with you guys on Spotify or whatever.
I don't give a fuck.
I know Joe Rogan gets away. Joe Rogan gets away with a lot. So.
Yeah. We're basically Joe Rogan.
Yeah, same thing. You are.
Yeah. Fuck you. I wish. Wait, the bloke's built like a gorilla. I wish I was fucking built like him.
No, ADHD.
Yeah.
Struggle to switch off.
Oh,
literally,
you must be a wedding vendor.
Yeah. 100%. Literally loud, extroverted ADHD. Pain in the ass.
I'd also say, just quickly, back to the Nell Dark Jones thing. When we said, wedding vendors ADHD. I think you mean neurodiverse. I was like, fuck's sake.
Also, did you see me talk my way out of that saying I was about to say I was not about to say neurodiverse. There's no fucking way.
Anyway, I will be clear. We love you, Nell.
Yeah, same. Love you. She did my wedding. She's great.
Yeah. She did yours. Oh, fuck. There's another one. Another one we didn't get a start to.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. What a pair of fucking cunts. We must be.
Well, we have time to record a podcast. Yeah. So of course we're not doing anyone's fucking wedding.
Anyway, ADHD, struggle to switch off.
Yeah.
I've the same as you guys. Like literally when you work for yourself, the amount of work is there's just a mountain that you always have. There's always something sort of there.
Yeah.
And I really struggled sort of like ever sort of like switching off and going to bed. And this was just like kind of a hard stop to it without me drinking my ass off. So that was the point of it. I was drinking way too much. So this is like a curve the other way without sort of taking in as much carbs and whatever to sort of go the other way. But it's been quite a fun experience. I did it when I was like 13 and hadn't tried.
What's your method of ingestion?
So you can do anything.
Lollipops, gummies.
Literally, Lincoln watched me order a new batch in the car right here. It took me one phone call and one.
So you
got
to have the phone consult, and then they give you the script, and then you order it.
So it's literally
not that I know anything about it.
It was literally probably about a half an hour phone call, and that was it.
Yeah,
and it wasn't even that. They call you and they ask you why you want it.
Yeah.
And then you go from that to this is why I want it. Then a doctor calls you and confirms it. And then pretty much they give you like 5 repeats, and you just literally call a pharmacy.
Yeah. What is it, in liquid form or?
Yeah, however you want it. You can order gummies, you can order whatever you
gummies.
want.
The only reason I know about it, really good friends of Kate's and mine that live down in South Australia. And I'm sure I could say this. I don't think it's a secret. But they're always been like down
to the state. We're going to know.
No, but they've always been kind of around it. But now they've both recently like got like pretty decent gigs with a company. Like he's like the head IT guy and she's something else. And the only reason I know any of those things I just said because my wife literally told me the process last night while we were cooking dinner.
It's very simple in the way, as long as you get approved for it and you get across that line.
Yeah.
It's literally one phone call. They send you a link and you literally Google Pay it while you're on the phone. It takes you 2 seconds to reorder. It turns out at your house the next day.
Too complicated for me. I don't use fucking Google.
No, mate.
Apple
honestly.
Pay,
whatever.
Right.
Same shit. It works. But no, it's been good. It's been like the ability to sort of switch off has been very, very helpful.
Yeah, right.
For me, just in general. Like
good.
Always got work. Sorry?
He said, speaking of switching off.
I'm about to absolutely.
Oh, that mate. Our timer's gone off. Haron's about to piss his pants. So it must be half an hour.
I love that.
So, is that it? Is that how you want? I had another.
You guys can finish up.
Yeah, go on. Have you got one more thing? Have you got one more thing on there that you wanted to talk about?
From you?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't want to talk about most of them. So
yeah, great. Whatever works.
Tell us about breaking a dress. I'm assuming it was
literally last week.
All right.
So, same thing. Photographer, videographer, literally walking a dress up to like find a nice place to hang it. And in that walk up to the room, the whole like arm has come off this dress. Like,
so you haven't done it though.
I kind of was like hanging it. It's popped off while I'm carrying it.
But it can't have been like secure.
I thought the exact same thing, but I'm shitting bricks.
Yeah, of course.
So we've taken it up. I was with Sarah from Starbo Studios to include another person in it. We've dragged it the whole way up this room, and we're both like,
we shouldn't have dragged it. You probably should have carried it.
We were carrying it. But anyway, we've taken it the whole way up. This is sort of popped off. We've looked at it. There's like loose stitching. We're like, we've broken this dress. Anyway, we pull up the person of honor, because I'm being very politically correct, because it was a they, them pronoun person.
Copy.
Anyway.
Mate, it's all right. Nell's not here.
Nell will watch this, and I'll get some long-winded thing after it.
She's going to fucking be so annoyed at how many times she's been mentioned about this.
Whatever. She shouldn't have gone off at Jeremy as hard last time. Poor bugger. Anyway, this whole thing, they've gone and straight away gone needle and thread. We've ordered all this sort of stuff. Yeah. There's people running around the whole house, and Sarah from Starbo and I are like padding, like filling in time. So like the makeup's done. We're like, let's go out.
Oh, so I didn't tell her?
No, we're trying to fix it before it was a problem.
Yeah.
Anyway, take her outside, pop a bottle of champagne, individual shots of the bridesmaids before they get in. All that sort of stuff goes on. Anyway, it gets to the point that it's too far gone. Like she needs to get in the dress at this point.
Yeah.
We get all the way out there, and I'm like, fuck, I need to bite the bullet and actually tell her what's happened.
Yeah.
So we're at this point, and I'm like, I am so sorry. Like this it just popped up. I don't know how this has sort of happened. And she looks at both Sarah and I like we're idiots. They're like, oh yeah, they're removable arms. So like literally we padded for like 50 minutes. We nearly stitched up this dress.
One of them still is, the other one's stitched on.
So we've nearly stitched up this entire thing. Everything is fixed, everything's fine. There's some poor guys going to Woolworths all the way in Cessnock to go pick up.
So the lesson there, folks, is be up front from the start.
Be honest, but also like we're trying to
No, I get it. You're trying to do the right thing.
You're trying to do the right thing and not stress someone out on like their most stressful day. But we nearly stitched up someone's dress. Just they would have been stuck in a position. But it was great. It all worked out. Bride was super lovely. Everything was fantastic. The world was saved.
All right, hang on. Lincoln was going up, turn off.
Yeah.
I've got one more joke. Do we want it now, or will I say?
No, do it to finish off the pod.
It's also a shit joke, but I'm going to run with it. So
I can't wait for you to get shit canned about your joke compared to mine.
You know who's going to do it? Your fucking mate Kayla. That's the only person that ever shit cans me constantly.
Love that.
So, a doctor, a priest, and an engineer are playing golf.
Yep.
They're constantly being held up by the group in front. Over and over again. They're being held up.
Mm-hmm.
They get to a green and a greenskeeper's there, and they say, what the fuck is going on? Like, what's with this group in front? Like, they're going so fucking slow. And the greenskeeper says, oh, that's a group of firemen. Our clubhouse burnt down 6 months ago, and that's the fire brigade that came out to put it out. But the fire was so intense that in putting it out, they all got really bad injuries to their eyes, and they're all blind. But basically, we let them play whenever they want to play. And the priest goes, oh, that's an amazing story. I'll make sure that I pray for them. And the doctor goes, I've got some ophthalmology friends. I'll speak to them, see what we can't do for them. And the engineer said, why can't they play at fucking night?
That was very long-winded to get to that.
Yeah, I know.
I don't get it.
I switch it because they can't fucking see it. It makes no difference if they do it at
It
night.
doesn't matter whether they play it day or night because they're blind.
All the best jokes are best when they're explained them.
I
didn't get it.
And engineers are cunts.
Another fucking minority.
Yeah.